St. Catharines, Ontario. Sean Woodley here with Javon Shepard here. Thank you so much for joining us from Meridian Center, the home of the 2021 Canada Summer Games and the CEBL Summer Series here in 2020. Thanks again for joining. Once again, Sean Woodley, Javon Shepard here ahead of a monumental matchup, Javon, here in the CEBL Summer Series. We've got the Niagara River Lions and the Ottawa BlackJacks both playing for a spot in the knockout round. And if Niagara loses, they are out. They are done, kaput. All the different words you want to say for eliminated from the CEBL Summer Series. It is a must-win here. If Ottawa doesn't pull out a win here, they will have a must-win game tomorrow with Saskatchewan, the winner of that game, advancing into the final. It's going to be an awesome game. Can't wait to see it. Any quick thoughts here on how this matchup's going to play out?
You know, I'm excited about this match because, one, you have Ottawa, in the expansion season, and then you have Niagara, a team that they were in the finals last year, and now they're sitting here, with their backs against the wall, facing elimination. So there's a lot going on here, and it's surprising to see because they're a team that returned 7 guys as well as their head coach and built on their team. So interesting situation, but definitely a good match here tonight.
On the other side, we're going to bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Amy Audibert. We'll get to the keys of the game, the starting lineups, and so much more. Stick with us here on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
Time to rep your CEBL pride, Canada. Exclusive new era merchandise is now available on CEBL.ca. Buy your favorite hats, replica jerseys, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Welcome to our game. River Lions fans, right now you can get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit riverlions.ca and take advantage of this exclusive Summer Series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience. BlackJacks fans, right now you can get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit theblackjacks.ca and take advantage of this exclusive Summer Series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience.
More comfortable there. I'm learning here.
Welcome back inside Meridian Center here in downtown St. Catharines. River Lions, BlackJacks getting set to go here on CBC Gem. Joining us is the third member of our broadcast team, Amy Audibert. Amy, what do you have for us?
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Listen, we knew there was going to be a little bit roster turnaround with this summer series, and both of these teams have experienced just that. Of course, we all know Phil Scrubb had to leave the Ottawa team last week to fulfill his contract in France, and Ryan Anderson has also parted ways with the River Lions. That means both Ottawa and Niagara they both have 10 available guys tonight, so depth may start becoming a factor as we are getting deeper and deeper into this summer series. Guys?
Thanks so much, Amy. And yes, that is absolutely going to be a factor here. No Ryan Anderson anymore on the River Lions roster. We'll get into the implications of that throughout the broadcast tonight. Let's take a look here at the standings. Of course, everything revolves around these right now. Just 3 games remaining here in the CEBL Summer Series. You see the River Lions there at 1-4 in last place because they have lost the head-to-head tiebreaker with Saskatchewan. A win today will move Niagara to 2-4 and put them into position to qualify. They will advance with a win today based on tiebreaker with Ottawa. Ottawa loses today. They fall to 2-3. They will have a game with Saskatchewan tomorrow afternoon right here on CBC Gem. And if they lose that game to Saskatchewan, they will be the 7th place team. However, if Ottawa wins both today and tomorrow, there's a chance that through tiebreaker, they could end up as the 2 seed. A lot of range of outcomes here for Ottawa with 2 games left to play. This is the final game here for Niagara as well. And we are just about to head it down to Amy Audibert. Vic Razzo is going to make his way. Sorry, Coach Oz Genty is going to make his way to have a chat with Amy Audibert down on the baseline. Amy, let's send it down to you.
Coach, this summer series is starting to get really tight, right? We're talking about seedings, eliminations, playoffs. How do you keep your guys loose?
Again, for us, it's always been about taking it one game at a time, one possession at a time. I think if we concentrate on that and try to get better every single game, every single possession, we'll be okay.
This Niagara team leads the CEBL in assists per game, just over 19. How do you disrupt that ball movement?
We just got to know their individuals. I think Trey does a lot of good things for them, and everything starts with with him. So we have to control him, and I think we'll be okay.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Go back to you guys.
That is Coach Oz Genty. Thanks for the time, Oz, and thank you, Amy, for that interview. We'll check in with you throughout the broadcast, of course. Javon, let's take a look here at the keys to the game. The River Lions, let's start with them. The River Lions, of course, needing to win this game to advance.
Team play. Team plays a big thing for the River Lions. They lead the league with 19 assists per game, and their team, when they're sharing the basketball, they really play well together. Secondly, no excuses. I've noticed that when this team goes through some adversity, there's a lot of fingers that are pointed. You know, we can't afford that. They can't afford that. And lastly, leadership. Somebody has to step up on this team and put guys in place and just say, look, you know, this is do or die right now. We need somebody to step up, get guys in line, and be an extension of Coach Victor Razzo.
The Ottawa BlackJacks can punch their ticket to the knockout round with a win today. What are the keys for them, Javon?
Simple. Paint touches. In the 2 wins, they have 38 points from the paint. In the 2 losses that they have, 29 points in the paint. So it's really simple for them. Get the ball inside and play inside, outside. Win the game of rebounds. They're second in league in rebounds, and they must continue to rebound in order to have success tonight. Be shot ready. This is a team that they have a lot of shooters on the perimeter, but they haven't shot enough. They haven't shot enough from 3. Get open shots, and guys, be shot ready. Get your shots up.
Thanks, Javon. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups for Niagara and Ottawa. For the River Lions, you've got Trey Bell-Haynes, Cassius Robertson, Dorian Pinson, and Guillaume Boucard, 4 returning players who were part of last year's 15-5 team. Must not be quite used to the idea of being 1-4 just yet. And then Grandy Glaze rounding things out, moving into the starting lineup. He played last year in the CEBL for Edmonton. For Ottawa, you've got Johnny Berhana-Mescal, the former Ottawa U-Star, Thomas Scrubb, Shaquille Keith in the middle, Olivier Hanlon running the point, and J.E. Pierre Charles in the front court next to Shaquille Keith. Going with a larger look here are the Ottawa BlackJacks with Pierre Charles and Keith in the middle. Keith, of course, a defending CEBL champion last year with the Saskatchewan Rattlers, of course. The game officials for today are Chris Delaney, Max Audette, and Tony Turnbull. And a reminder to you that the official game ball of the CEBL is Spalding. Get your new CEBL official replica ball today by visiting CEBL.ca, where you can also find box scores, stats, schedules, all the stuff you could ever possibly want, especially playoff schedules once that is in place. Of course, 3 games left in the round robin, including this one right here, Ottawa and the River Lions, before tomorrow the Nighthawks and Bandits take on each other for a chance at the number 2 seed and a bye to the semis on Saturday, and the BlackJacks and Rattlers will close things out tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. The Rattlers, if they can advance to the quarters, have a shot at playing 3 games in 3 days. Javon, that's going to be tough. The BlackJacks as well in that boat too. How do you sort of manage this if you're Ottawa? You've seen what happened in the last game. You know that if you lose this game, you're in a do-or-die game tomorrow. Do you go all out for this one, try to advance with that 3rd win, and then maybe you can take the foot off the gas tomorrow, maybe rest before the quarterfinal game? How do you play this if you're Coach Oz Genty?
You know what? He has guys that are playing about just under 30 minutes per game. A couple guys are playing just under 30 minutes per game, and I think, you know, at this point you can't really take your foot off of the pedal. For them, they have to press, they have to go. They started off slow in this summer series, so unfortunately they're in a position where they have to continue going. But they do have some veterans, some guys that have some experience and have played around the world. They've been in these situations before. Some guys that are national team guys that have played also in FIBA games, so they're used to this setup. You know, and I look for them to excel. I think Niagara is a team, on the other hand, that they don't have anybody that's playing over 26 minutes. So that really bodes well for them because they've stretched out their play. So I imagine that these guys are actually fresh and understand what's on the line for them.
Ottawa wearing their whites with the black and red trim. And on the Niagara side, again, Niagara in a must-win situation. They're wearing the blue with the neon green trim and their traditional Riverlines logo, which one of the more creative ones in the league. I love the colors, man. I'm a jersey nut, and a neon green on a jersey just really speaks to me, as it turns out. And we get ready to get going here with the BlackJacks and Riverlines here at Meridian Center. The third to last game in the round robin before quarterfinal Thursday. Pierre Charles and Glaze go up for it. It's tapped out of bounds, and it's going to be Niagara ball. And an energetic start for the bench of the Riverlions. You like to see that for a team that's had a little bit of squabbling in recent days.
I feel like the Ottawa BlackJacks have a bullseye on their team, on their head per se, just because I think they have a couple national team guys, and these guys want to measure up. These guys, this provides them a space to compete against them and really get after it. So there's always that knock against them.
Trey Bell Haynes, the point guard, a national teamer himself, started things off and then gave it to Pinson. He threw it away, and it's Ottawa ball. Thanks as well to those who are joining us on TSN 1200 in Ottawa on the radio, in addition to those watching on CBC Gem and on Twitch. Here's Olivier Hanlon. He gets it to the corner for Shaquille Keith. He'll drive, little dump-off pass, and Tom Scrubb underneath puts it up and in.
And that's good. You had four guys actually touch the basketball before the basket. So it's a good job on Ottawa getting guys involved early on.
Here's Dorian Pinson with it. Free throw line jumper. That is rattling around. No good. Pulled down there by J.E. Pierre Charles. And it's walked up here by Olivier Hanlon, the former Utah Jazz second-round pick. Johnny Brahana-Mescal with it now on the right wing with Trey Bell Haynes guarding him. He sees Tom Scrubb on the roll. He kicks out. Keith for three on the left wing. That is good. Shaquille Keith knocking it down.
And, Ottawa's done a good job of really finding Tommy in that high post area and the short rolls, and he's been able to make plays out of that. Not just this game, but he's done that well over the last couple of games.
Grandy Glaze with it now in the low block. He's got two guys coming towards him. He turns around, jumper that is well short, just off the lip of the rim, into the hands of Shaquille Keith, who is not afraid to walk it up, even though he is the nominal center on this team a lot of the time. Keith to Olivier Hanlon, 15 on the shot clock. He takes a Pierre Charles screen, moving to his left, into the corner for Keith. Now 8 on the clock, Pinson on Keith. Keith posting up, backs down, Pinson tries to find a look, and I believe he's going to be called for a offensive foul, and it'll be Niagara ball, Ottawa foul. 5-0 Ottawa early on here. Trey Bell Haynes will walk it up. He's got Thomas Scrubb on him at half court.
And, Ottawa's been using Scrubb to defend the point guards from many of these teams. I think they're using his length to really discourage and kind of, cause some trouble for the point guards.
And a foul is called there on Jean-Emmanuel Pierre Charles. Clock reset to 14. Cassius Robertson will inbound it here. Robertson spent last year with the Riverlions and went to Summer League for the Hornets and parlayed that into a contract with Bologna over in Italy. Trey Bell Haynes with it. And a carry is called on Trey Bell Haynes.
That's a rare one.
Trey Bell Haynes, throughout the CEBL Summer Series, probably the best player on this team. Just under 15 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. Running the show as he did last year as the lead guard for Niagara back then too, when they went 15-5. That pass from Hanlon is thrown away, and it'll be a turnover. Niagara ball here. Just over 2 minutes to play. Early going here at Meridian Center.
And, it's going to be interesting with both of these teams. Chemistry is a big thing. We spoke about that coming into the Summer Series period. Ottawa's a team they played together from those guys are from the Ottawa region as well as they have some Carleton connection. Niagara's a team that returned a couple guys from last year's team. So, the fact that these two teams have their back against the wall, we're going to really see where chemistry comes into play now.
Trey Bell Haynes tries to put it up and in. It goes off glass right into the hands of Grandy Glaze, who puts it back. The first points on the board here for Niagara. It's 5-2. Brahana Mescal Driving, trying to find a pass in traffic. It's picked off by Boucard, and he's on the other way. Guillaume Boucard can't get it to go at the rim. Battle for the ball, and it ends up in the hands of Hanlon. He gets it out to Keith on the run. Keith gathers and is fouled going up there by Dorian Pinson. As Keith heads to the line. A reminder that the CEBL has been trending across Canada throughout the summer series. Join the conversation by using the hashtag #OurGame to be a part of it. Shaquille Keith headed to the line here. Eric Keeby subbing in, as well as Munis Tutu for the Ottawa BlackJacks. Keeby wearing number 24, Tutu at number 5. Keith at the line, misses his first. Hits the second. And a sub coming in. Lloyd Pandy as well coming into the game here for Ottawa. Pandy joined the team last week after Phil Scrubb had to leave to join his team in France for early workouts. And Lloyd Pandy, a freshman for Carleton University, came in and has been excellent so far for Ottawa in a bench role as Cassius Robertson drains a 3 from the left wing.
And that's a tough play. You have Cassius Robertson, a shooter, and you have Muldrow, who's a big man that can really shoot from the outside. So when Cassius uses that ball screen, you know, Muldrow's defender has a tough decision to make. Do I help on the drive, or do I close out on the shooter?
Olivier Hanlon with it. Little spin move, can't find an outlet. He does in the corner, then to Tutu. That's into Pandy. He can't get it to go off glass, and it's Riverline's ball. Cassius Robertson with it. He's got Tutu on him. Gets it over to Trey Bell Haynes. Over to Pinson. Back to Haynes. Back up top to Robertson. Now in the back half of the shot clock. 9 left on the board. Sam Muldrow gets a little dump off pass there from Robertson. Can't do anything with it. Robertson for 3. Can't get it to go with the clock. And it lands in the hands of Ottawa before the shot clock violation is called. Tutu with it. To the corner. Hanlon on the left side for 3. No good. And that is pulled in by Muldrow, and Boucard going the other way.
And that's a shot you want from Ottawa. Cross-court pass. Tutu did a good job of finding Hanlon in the corner. You have to take that open shot. Guys are in position to rebound. It's a good shot.
Sam Muldrow with a wing 3. That's no good. Long rebound, get punched out to Cassius Robertson. And he throws that away, trying to drive and kick as Tutu on the run. Muldrow chasing him down, but can't quite get there as Munis Tutu. I'm not even sure if he knew Muldrow was there chasing him down. If he did, he might have had more urgency, but he gets it to go anyway. 8-5 Ottawa. Trey Bell Haynes with it. Down to Dorian Pinson on the block. Cross court up to Muldrow. He'll drive, put it on the deck, tries to find Boucard underneath, but an offensive foul as Muldrow ran into a waiting Lloyd Pandy. And then again, the first-year U Sports player coming in, taking a charge, and it's going to be Ottawa ball.
You know what? Pinson's a guy you have to really watch out for. Had the first triple-double in CEBL history. He's been silent over the stretch of the summer series, but that's a guy that can break out and do a lot of things on the court, contribute in a lot of ways. So somebody you really have to watch out for if you're Ottawa.
Pinson, one of a couple guys on this team, including Guillaume Boucard, the defending Canadian of the Year, who producing quite a bit less than they did last year as Cassius Robertson gets it on the run and drops it in the bucket. 8-7, Ottawa leads early on, just over 5 minutes into this one.
And you know what? To their credit, this Niagara team added some pieces. So, you know, being a part of a team, sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. It hasn't showed up in the results for them yet, but you can tell those guys are good players just in understanding what it takes, you know, when you have some additions to your team and just sacrificing for the betterment of the team.
Scrub found a flashing Eric Keeby in the paint, but that is no good, the little floater, and it's Niagara ball. Chance to take the lead here for Niagara. Muldrow for 3. That's no good. Long rebound is ensnared there by Keeby. Gets it up to Brahana Mescal on the run, and he drops it in the bucket. Fast break point there for Ottawa.
It's good basketball. You get from one end of the court to the other with one dribble to a basket. You can't ask for nothing more than that.
Here is Trey Bell Haynes. Over to Cassius Robertson for 3. That's no good. Daniel Mullings with it now in the offensive rebound. He drives, spins, puts it up. That's no good. Rebound grab there by Keeby. Tutu with it. Up to Thomas Scrub on the wing.
The silent assassin.
Lloyd Pandy now underneath, tries to go up and under, and he does successfully around the defending shot block leader and defensive player of the year, Sam Muldrow.
You have to love this kid, man. This kid, he scored. I've seen him score so many baskets in the paint as a rookie, a freshman, and his first pro experience. He's fearless.
Lloyd Pandy was still a baby when Sam Muldrow was winning SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and he just scored around him as he gets it out from the long rebound and is on the run now. Pandy with it, going up with the right hand.
Unbelievable.
A beautiful finish from Lloyd Pandy. U Sports better watch out for the next few years, as Lloyd Pandy is only going to continue to add to this resume. This pro experience is certainly going to help him, you would assume. High-low feed there attempted by Muldrow down to Mullings. There's a foul called there against, I believe, Brahana Mescal as he was trying to seal out Mullings. We're past the media timeout now, 2:53 to play in the second quarter. Back for more here on CBC Gem and TSN 1200 in Ottawa.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
Follow the Niagara River Lions on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the River Lions have to offer. Follow the Ottawa BlackJacks on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the CEBL's newest club has to offer.
Welcome back inside Meridian Center. Tyrone Watson freshly into the game, inbounds to Daniel Mullings to get things back underway. He misses it going up. Pierre Charles with the rebound for Ottawa, who lead 14-7 here late in the first quarter. Brahana Mescal, little one-handed scoop. He likes that shot attempt. He's fouled going up, and Johnny Brahana Mescal is going to go to the line to shoot two. The foul is charged there to defending CEBL champion Ryan Edgem, who won the title last year with Saskatchewan. While Brahana Mescal's to the line, a reminder to pick up the latest gear from your favorite team exclusively from New Era, the official merchandise partner of the CEBL, and its 7 teams across Canada. Visit cebl.ca and click on Shop to get jerseys, hoodies, T-shirts, hats, so much more, as Brahana Mescal goes 1 of 2 at the line.
You touch on Brahana Mescal using his right hand, right foot finish, and you know what's impressive about it is he stops on a dime, and he catches the defense by surprise because the momentum is already going backwards, and you know by the time they catch up to themselves, the basketball is already at the rim. So it's really tough, it's really unorthodox, but you know that's just a testament to the type of skilled player that he is.
Cassius Robertson, that is a missed 3, rebounded there by Tutu. He'll hold it back here, let his guys join him. Here's Brahana Mescal, pump fake. Repositions and a 3 there for Johnny Brahana Mescal, and now it's an 18-7 lead for Ottawa over Niagara. And just a reminder, Niagara in a do-or-die situation. They must win today or they will clinch last place and be eliminated from knockout contention. Brahana Mescal to TJ Law, recently checked in. Little Euro step and a dump off there to Pierre Charles. That's good off the glass. Some skill there from TJ Law coming into the game hot.
Yeah, you know, Ottawa's just getting out and running. They're getting out and running. 2 or 3 guys are touching the basketball before they, you know, actually get a shot. So that's good. Guys are touching the ball, guys are playing, guys are active, and guys are involved.
So we've seen a rough start here for the Niagara River Lions. Once again, in a do-or-die situation. It's 20-7 early on here for Ottawa. They've come out looking great. They know they can get a 2 seed if they win these last 2 games and get some help tomorrow. If you're Niagara, You know, they've kind of been going through it this entire series. What do you do now? You're into your first quarter. You're already down 13. That's obviously not a death sentence or anything like that, but clearly the requisite energy that they were supposed to come out here tonight is not there right now.
You know what? The thing with them, they're losing the battle of toughness. And the guys that they brought in to really add additions to this team, Daniel Mullings, Tyrone Watson, Granny Glaze, are guys that have to bring that toughness, and it has to translate onto the court. I think, you know, that's a missing component for those guys. And, you know, we've seen a couple offensive rebounds. We've seen Ottawa get on transition. You have to get a stop to that. You know, you have to stop those leaks, and that's what those guys are brought into. This team is a team that can score. We know that. We've known that for a year now. Now we have to add the next piece to it.
Absolutely. 1:47 left to play here in the first quarter. 20-7 Ottawa leads. Thanks again for joining us on CBC Gem and TSN 1200 in Ottawa. Big shout out to Elias El-Zain, who was hired just before the season to be the play-by-play guy for the BlackJacks. Of course, the pandemic hit, and unfortunately, it's me sitting in the chair, but Elias is going to do a great job whenever we do get BlackJacks games once again in the nation's capital. Daniel Mullings drives, kicks to Cassius Robertson, and a foul is going to be called underneath there on TJ Law. Sorry, this is going to be on Pierre Charles. That's his second foul so far.
You know, the second foul hurts, especially for your lone big man. But at the same time, you have to give credit to Ottawa. They were moving their feet. They were recovering on as the ball moved defensively. So, you know, just to see that and guys are communicating defensively, they're all on cue together.
Into the game is Emmanuel Owatua, a point guard for Guelph, a U Sports player here for. Sorry, a point guard for Brock, that is. Don't want to get those universities messed up.
No.
There's a blood feud there, I'm sure, in basketball, as Tyrone Watson misses a baseline jumper. And here is Munis Tutu. Takes the screen from Pandy. Pandy over to Tutu. Drives. He's fouled going up, and Tutu is going to go to the line as Vic Razzo, head coach of the River Lions, calling things out there. From the sideline, looks to be quite frustrated with the defensive coverages so far.
Niagara's done a really poor job, rather, of using their feet to play defensively. Ottawa's created some advantages, moving the basketball, you know, side to side, and just playing off of the catching these guys by surprise. And we've seen a couple tic-tac fouls over the last couple of plays, but Niagara, they have to do a better job staying in front. They have the personnel to do it. They have guards. They have quick feet. Now it's effort. These are effort plays now.
Hits both, and it's Guelph now down 15. A little handoff action there between Watson and Owutua. And he misses that underneath, does Watson. It goes back the other way here for Ottawa. Behana Mescal, quick fire three. That's no good. Mullings skies for the rebound and is fouled there by TJ Law. It'll be Niagara ball. 42 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
See, Sean, this is what we spoke about earlier in the keys to the game. Right now, you need a leader, somebody to rally these guys together and get them in the right positions. Everybody's headed down, and you know, guys look like they're on separate pages. Somebody needs to step up at this point and just be an extension. Coach Victor Razzo can't be the guy to just be barking at guys from the sideline. Somebody needs to step up now.
Mullings is going to go to the line as the BlackJacks are over the limit. So Mullings hits his first. And his second is good as well. 22-9 here. 42 seconds, maybe a 2-for-1 opportunity here for the BlackJacks. Behana Mescal drives at the free throw line, pulls up. That's no good. Rebound grab there by Mullings. About 6 seconds different shot clock and game clock. Mullings drives into the paint and can't get that to go off back iron. Gets his own miss, puts it back where it belongs. Daniel Mullings.
He's relentless, man. You know, I'm happy to see him back out there. He's a guy that had a knee injury 2 years ago and missed half of his season. No, he actually missed a full season, I believe. You know, so to see him back out there, he had his surgery, did some good rehab with a good friend of mine, Jason Meehan, national team trainer, and just brought him back stronger than ever.
We'll see if Mullings can bring the River Lions closer. It's 22-11 after one quarter. Second quarter on the way here on CBC Gem and TSN 1200 in Ottawa.
What is 100 years? In 1920, Erhard Cook turned a passion for headwear into the New Era Cap Company in Buffalo, New York. But everyone was making this kind of hat. So we came up with the big idea to make the best caps for the biggest sport. But something wasn't quite right. We wanted to show the logos with pride. And just like that, the iconic 5950 was born, changing the baseball cap forever. For the first time, the caps the pros wore on the field were officially sold in stores. And then something unique happened. Spike Lee called, the Spike Lee, and asked to have a red Yankees cap to match his jacket. We asked Major League Baseball, and they said, we had a chance to be disruptive. Spike's red cap launched sports headwear into a wider culture. Hip-hop made it a staple. Creators made it their own. Colors, fabrics, patterns. It was more than just your favorite team. And a gold sticker on the visor became as iconic as the cap itself. And those 4 numbers, we think it's an original production number. We don't know for sure, but we love them. From courtside to Crenshaw, from the 50 to 5th, it shouted that this is who you were, what you repped, and where you lived. The world saw it and wanted it. Where were we? Staying true to our roots. Fans of all sports became fans of us. People liked what we were doing, so our brand grew, and we became more than just a cap. That's 100 years. We thank you. Enjoy what comes next.
Welcome back, 22-11. The Ottawa BlackJacks lead the Niagara River Lions here. Javon Shepard, 4 of 20 from the field, is not going to do it for the River Lions in this second quarter, is it?
Not at all, but you know what? They're taking tough shots, and you can see that because there's only 1 assist, whereas Ottawa, on the other hand, is shooting 60% from the floor on 6 of 10 with 6 assists. So, and we've seen a couple plays where for Ottawa, 2, 3, 4 guys touch the ball before going into the basket. And, you know, guys are getting open shots. You get guys involved, get guys open shots, everybody feels comfortable. So, and you see that, you know, applying today.
Olivier Hanlon, little mid-range jumper. That is good for Olivier Hanlon, who I think, you know, you never want to lose a player as good as Phil Scrubb, but I do think Phil Scrubb departing kind of bumped Olivier Hanlon up to number 1 duty in terms of ball handling responsibilities for this team, and he seems to have responded well.
You know what, I said it a couple of times. I had a coach, John Beelan, when I was at University of Michigan, and he always used to say to me, less is more, less is more. And I understand it now. Like as I got older, I start to understand, and I see it here as well. It's no knock at Phil Scrubb, but I think a lot of the guys may have been a bit more relaxed and relied on him because they were running a lot of their stuff through him, whereas now, you know, guys are stepping up, guys are able to touch the ball, play a bit more, and play their game.
Daniel Mullings shakes off a bit of a hard hit there, and he's going to go to the line here to shoot 2. 24-11, now 24-12 in favor of the Ottawa BlackJacks here. Mullings, of course, a former teammate of one Pascal Siakam down in New Mexico State.
They would have had a nice little team, huh?
You would think so. In what conference is that? The WAC? The WE? I don't know what it is. I don't even know what conference is. I don't know what conference Michigan's in anymore.
I wish I knew myself. I've seen the conferences shift up. The other day I took a look at those standings, and Marquette was in the Big Ten. I was a bit confused.
Here's Uwatua after an Ottawa miss coming back the other way. Ryan Edgem with it. He'll drive, puts it on the deck, and a block is going to be called there on Eric Keeby. And Ryan Edgem is going to go to the line. Now playing for his 3rd team in the CEBL with the River Lions. He started last year with Hamilton, went to Saskatchewan, won a title, and is now playing here for Vic Razzo with Niagara.
A journeyman.
You played for a lot of teams. Do you just like keep the jerseys of all the teams you played for, have a room with all of them?
And you know, I meant to touch on that earlier because I know you're a jersey guy.
But
I am a sweater guy, so I'm hoping somewhere, somehow, I end up with one of these sweaters from each of these teams. So, Mike Morelli, I heard you're the one in charge of that, so I have to go through you.
Oh, Commissioner Mike. Hopefully he hooks us up. We'll see. Here's Edgem.
Put some pressure on him.
But if we do it on the broadcast, he'll almost have to, right? He's been put on the spot too much. It's now just a 9-point lead here for Ottawa. Niagara hanging tight. Johnny Brahana-Mescal walking it up here after the 2 made free throws. Here is Tom Scrubb up top. 10 seconds on the clock. He finds Brahana-Mescal coming off a screen. Now just 6 on the clock. He's got the bigger Watson on him. He'll drive. Pulls up around the free throw line. High rainbow off glass. He didn't call it, but it counts either way.
That's just a tough shot. That's just a tough shot. That's his talent.
There is Tyrone Watson on the block. Finds a cutting Daniel Mullings. Battle for it around the rim. And, folks, we have the first wedgie of the CEBL Summer Series. The first wedgie. Shout out to the No Dunks crew. Very happy to see that. I was really hoping we would get one here on my final game on the call. And we do. My CEBL Summer Series has been made.
You know, Ottawa's done a good job of really identifying their scouting report. When Tyrone Watson's got in the post, they've sent help from him as he's driving to the middle, especially on his spins. They've seen they've crowded him, so really trying to get the basketball out of his hands. He is undersized, but he's a tough cookie under the basket.
For those who are not indoctrinated into basketball internet lingo, a wedgie is when the ball gets stuck in between the rim and the backboard. It's a rare occurrence, of course. It's like seeing an eclipse. Figured I should explain that for the radio folks tuning in on TSN 1200. Here is Olivier Hanlon walking it up. Gets it to Johnny Brahana-Mescal. An 11-point lead here for Ottawa. Thomas Scrubb has it up at the top of the arc. Little handoff there to Olivier Hanlon. He drives. Steered away by a couple of River Lions. Brahana-Mescal in the corner, though. Relocates. Hits the 3. Good off-ball movement there by Johnny Brahana-Mescal.
He knows how to score. That's the guy who knows how to score. Inside, outside.
Daniel Mullings drives. He can't get it to go. Been tough around the rim here for Mullings so far. Hanlon with it.
It's funny. I spoke to Coach Osvaldo Jonti early on. And he said, Hanlon and Brahana-Mescal are 2 professional scorers. I kind of chuckled at him, but said, what are their roles on this team? Those guys are professional scorers.
Traybell Haynes, a professional scorer himself on the run, scores going to the left off glass. 29-17 Ottawa. Hanlon with it. He's got Haynes on him. He takes a screen from Scrubb. They swap it back and forth, little 2-man game. Hanlon going to his left. Over to Keith on the wing. Up top, Brahana-Mescal for 3. That's no good. Rebound grab there by Edgem. He was not letting TJ Law grab that offensive board. Traybell Haynes with it. To Watson. He'll back down Law. Back up top there to Haynes, who will drive. Tries to find Edgem, but he's fouled cutting through the lane. And we'll sort out that business. But first, I want to remind everybody that Coventry is the official transportation partner of the CEBL Summer Series. They've been out there every single day, bringing the players to and from the practice facility, the hotel, and the arena. The 3 safe zones set up as part of the safety protocols here at the CEBL Summer Series. So big thank you to Coventry for the work they've done keeping everybody safe and healthy. And they're going to call it over and back here. Emmanuel Uwatua had Munis Tutu in his shirt, and he goes over and back. Ottawa ball, 6:40 to go here in the second quarter. Lloyd Pandy will inbound. Into Munis Tutu. Pandy down to Scrubb. Tutu up top. He's going to drive. Drops it off to Law off glass. That is good looking from TJ Law, assisted there by Munis Tutu.
It's great use of the mid-ball screen, penetration into the heart of the defense. Defense stepped up, dropped it down to his big man, easy basket.
Edgem runs into a body there. It goes the other way. Brahana-Mescal for 3. That's no good. Law trying to get after the board, but it's gathered there by Edgem. Uwatua with it. Down to Pinson. Backing down Brahana-Mescal. A couple of bodies come his way. He spins baseline. Beautiful little bounce pass to Edgem in traffic. That swung out to Boucard for 3, and he misses that. Good contest there by Tutu.
Thread the needle there. But Ottawa, again, I don't think it's just Tyrone Watson, but what it looks like is that any post touch, on the second dribble, they're collapsing and sending doubles. They're forcing Niagara to shoot the basketball right now.
And a foul is called there as Thomas Scrubb attempts a three. He's going to shoot 3 from the line. Thomas Scrubb, the Canadian national teamer. A reminder that the fight for racial equality is not over. It is a movement, not a moment. And as part of the CEBL social justice work, you're going to hear players, coaches, and staff speaking out against racism all throughout the CEBL Summer Series. You'll see racism is not our game as well at the baselines, as well as on the warm-up shirts worn by the players, as a reminder of all the work we need to do for equality and the Black Lives Matter movement in Canada. Second one is missed there by Thomas Scrubb. It's 32-17 right now. Scrubb with his final one to toss up. And that's good. So now a 16-point lead here. And Ottawa has expanded upon their 11-point first quarter lead.
You know, I don't think teams understand or players really understand how good Thomas Scrubb is. He's not the most loud, player that's going to be in your face. Or
he looks kind of awkward sometimes,
right? He
right?
does.
Yeah.
He does look awkward, but he's not going to score 30 points a night. But what he's going to do, he's going to get you some assists. He's going to get you some points, get you some rebounds, and he's going to be a problem on defense. He's always in the right positions, and he's always getting deflections. So he can guard 1 through 5 as well. So he's a guy that you have a high usage for on the court.
Uwatua hit a 3 there for Niagara to draw within 13. It's now Tom Scrubb here after a bit of a scramble for the ball. It's swung to Munis Tutu with 3 on the clock. That's no good. Rebound fought for, and Tutu grabs it. Another drop off to Lal, and Lal goes up. That is no good. A little too strong off glass. An outlet pass to Boucard on the wing. He'll slow it down. Uwatua back to Pinson. Swung around to Mullings. He's on the right wing now with Keith on him. He'll drive to his right. Goes up. That's blocked by Tutu from behind. And it comes back out to Pinson for 3. That's no good. Bit of a chaotic possession there. Keith goes up. He is fouled by Pinson on the run, and Shaquille Keith is going to go to the line.
And, he's a big body. He knows how to use it. He was in transition. He wanted to finish with his right hand, dipped his left shoulder just to shield himself from the basket, protect himself, and extended for finishing. Missed it, but he went to the line. So good use of his body.
The final 4:21 of the second on the other side here on CBC Gem and TSN 1200 in Ottawa.
Well, when I was younger in high school, I was a pretty good athlete. Went to the provincial championships in most sports like volleyball, track, basketball, and of course the goalie. But lately I've been going up the stairs like Fred Sanford. That's why I use Inflamex. Remember, 2 M's, 2 X's.
Inflamex is formulated to relieve joint pain, helps address pain and inflammation at the cellular level, and is GMO-free and allergen-free.
I'm doing better with a little help from my friends at Bell Lifestyle Products, so you can do the things that you do best.
Oh, yeah!
Spend 2 nights in Ottawa and get $100 spending money on us. Dinner and drinks? It's on us. Or outdoor fun? It's on us. So relax. It's on us. Spend 2 nights and get $100.
A mark of legacy, a mark of our game. Spalding is the official basketball partner of the CEBL. Get your replica CEBL game ball now at cebl.ca and take our game to your courts.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
Shaquille Keith at the line, looking to extend Ottawa's lead up to as many as 15 here with a pair of shots. First one goes in. Welcome back inside Meridian Center. 4:21 to play here in the second quarter. Sean Woodley, Javon Shepard, and Amy Audibert with you here on the broadcast as Keith hits his second, goes 2 for 2. It's now a 15-point lead once again here for Ottawa. It's Uwatua, Glaze, Robertson, Pinson, and Boucard on the floor here for Niagara as Uwatua drives out to Pinson. Robertson will drive, kicks to Boucard. Lots of ball movement on this possession. Uwatua finds a loose ball. It's up to Boucard up top for three. That is a big pull-up triple for Guillaume Boucard in the eye of Shaquille Keith.
You know, Niagara has to do a better job of getting the basketball out of their hands early. You know, one dribble into the paint, kick it. And when you get a paint touch, you know, Ottawa's coming on that second dribble. They're forcing them into tough shots. They're shooting 6 for 20 from the field for right now. 6 for 30 for 20 at 20%. They're forcing them into tough shots. You have to get the basketball out of your hands early and get guys, you know, some open, free shots that can get them some rhythm.
Lloyd Pandy grabs an offensive rebound off a scrub, missed three, and the possession is still alive. 7 on the clock. Keith has his possession ripped away, and it's now Niagara ball. Cassius Robertson with it. Takes a screen from Glaze. He's got Keeby switched onto him. Posts up Glaze. He's got Pandy guarding him. That's around to Boucard up top. He drives. And an offensive foul is called on Boucard, and oh my goodness, we have a second wedgie. It's almost like they knew this was my last game on the broadcast. This is unbelievable. I said yesterday that I wanted to see a wedgie before it was all over.
We might see a third.
We might at this rate. I mean, we're on pace for 4, technically. And here is Thomas Scrub to Pandy. Up top. Shaquille Keith with it. Little step back triple action. That is no good. Rebound grab by Pinson, and Niagara's out and running. Pinson looking for an option. Into the corner, Uatua. Pump fakes, drives, off glass. A beautiful little finish there for Emmanuel Uatua. Playing some good minutes here, the U-Sports player.
Are we surprised? There's that U-Sport trend again. These guys, they're playing really well, man. This is their basketball. I'd imagine that this is FIBA rules, so they may be, you know, slightly adjusted to that faster than some of these other guys.
Absolutely, as Eric Keeby drops one in. What does it say for the quality of U-Sports that these guys can hop in right now and play with pros? I mean, and national teamers. The level has gotten crazy good in U-Sports across the board.
You know what? I've mentioned that the other day. You know, for the longest time, there was a knock against U-Sport, you know, U-Sport guys or U-Sport players, U-Sport quality of basketball there. And now you can't say enough. I know these guys are coming in the first, second years and impacting in professional basketball. It took myself, you know, 1 or 2 years to even see the court before I even understand pro play to have an impact.
I think the big thing, too, is coaching. As Cassius Robertson goes up there, tries to finish one, is fouled, and is go to the line. You've seen the coaching trees from Dave Smart and Roy Randa, sort of the two legends of U-Sports basketball, kind of spread out now, and you have good coaches popping up everywhere. Charles Kissy, the coach of the Nighthawks, coaching with Raptors 905 now.
Right.
You got Roy Randa now coaching with the Sacramento Kings, and that coaching tree is bringing up the level all across the board.
Right. So not only do we have the game developing from, you know, the player standpoint, but from coaching, you know, these guys are developing as well. We have a lot of NBA coaches right now as well. Jay Triano, Nathaniel Mitchell is a guy that's trained many of these guys. Scott Morrison. Mm-hmm. You can't say enough about the game being developed all around. So it's great to see. And again, we have somebody like John Wiggins that's in the building tonight watching. He's just been promoted from a position with the Raptors 905 to the Raptors. So, you know, the game of basketball is developing from many levels. And again, the CEBL provides a space that you can't say enough about contributing to that as well.
Munis Tutu misses a three. There's a foul on the floor. While they sort that out, a reminder and a welcome to those watching today on Twitch. Thousands of fans from around the world have been using this exciting platform all tournament long to be a part of the CEBL action. Thank you for being with us and enjoy the games. Here is Keeby to Pandy. Gets it to Tom Scrub, 10 on the clock. He drags it out. He's got Boucard on him. He's going to take a screen. He's going to pull up a three. That is a big triple for Thomas Scrub.
That's tough. Thomas came off the pin down. There was nothing there. He drew it out. Keeby came with a step-up screen, 2 dribbles into his shot. That's a tough play. That's just, you know, basketball IQ.
Up top for Trey Bell-Haynes, swung around. Cassius Robertson for 3. That is good. Cassius Robertson knocking down the triple.
Cassius gets so much elevation on his shot. Every time he gets into his jump shot, I feel like he's 40 feet in the air. But he gets a lot of elevation, good use of his legs. And, you know, with that being said, in a tournament like this, a series like this, a long series, a short window, it's interesting to see how, you know, that will work out for somebody like him that uses his legs so much into his shots, because fatigue could set in as well.
A reminder that following today's game, you'll want to stick around for a special edition of CEBL Life presented by Ward 1 Studios, a behind-the-scenes feature on reigning league MVP, possible two-time MVP, Xavier Moon of the Edmonton Stingers. Stick around for after the buzzer of today's game as Cassius Robertson cans a triple. Now just a 10-point deficit for Niagara. It's 42-32, 9-second difference, game clock and shot clock right now for Ottawa as they work it to Lal on the left wing. He's looking for an option. He drives left with Robertson on him, and an offensive foul. He put the arm out there, kind of jabbed Robertson as he was trying to drive, and that's going to be Niagara ball. The shot clock is off with 17.4 to play. And Vic Razzo knows the importance of this possession here as his River Lions in a must-win situation, trailed by 10. You can get 2-3 points here on this possession going into the break. That'll set you up pretty nicely going into the second half, Javon.
You know what? Right now, Cassius has the hot hand. I think the best thing for you to do is get him coming off a stagger, get him going into a shot. And if, obviously guys are going to play him aggressively, he should make a good read off of that. And if nothing's there, penetrate, get something easy at the basket.
Absolutely. For Ottawa, it's been a really good half. They've been steady. I want to point out Munis Tutu, who's been playing excellent defense so far in this half. Usually the smallest guy on the floor, unless Emmanuel Owutu is out there for Guelph, and he's been doing it all. He's been getting in the grill of guys at half court, forcing over and backs. He's got a couple blocks. Great defensive effort from Munis Tutu.
You know what? And again, I think they all know their scouting report. So not only is Tutu playing good defense, but it's collective team defense. Again, we've seen times where the ball's going into the post, and there's been gang defense, and he's forcing guys to kick out. So Tutu really knows his scouting report on the closeouts and just forcing guys, forcing guys to drive into him and getting some deflections on the ball as well.
Absolutely. 17.4 seconds remain on the clock here. To close the quarter for Ottawa, it'll be Scrub, Tutu, Pandy, Kibi, and Lal. And coming out for the River Lions will be Boucard, Mullings, Traybell Haynes, Grandy Glaze, and Cassius Robertson. A really big possession here for the River Lions to see if they can cut this to single digits going into the half of a game that they must win or their CEBL Summer Series is over. A trap there of Bell Haynes at the half court. It's swung over. They get away from it, and it's Cassius Robertson here. Pulls up from way downtown. That's no good. Slapped around off the glass, and it comes to the end of the half here. 42-32. The Ottawa BlackJacks lead over the Niagara River Lions with a second half looming, potentially the final half of the CEBL Summer Series for Niagara if they can't find a way to pull this back. Going to be extremely exciting. You're going to want to stick around. And we are going to go baseline now to Amy Audibert, who is joined by Johnny Buckets, Johnny Brahana Mescal.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Johnny, I want to go back to the opening weekend on July 25th. And the way that you guys came out today looks like a different team. How have you guys gotten better?
I think we made a couple of adjustments and kind of focused on what our strengths were and how we can not get exposed. I think the first two games we got exposed on a couple of things, and I mean, that's the cool part about this tournament, having so many games and quick turnaround. You get to try things out, and I think we figured some stuff that we want to do that could work for us.
Niagara comes into this game leading the CEBL in assists per game at over 19. They have 7 at half, but a couple of them really late. How have you been so disruptive on defense?
I think we're just trying to make all their shots tough, and Trey Bell Haynes a really good point guard, so we're kind of trying to make it tough for him, and Tommy's doing a really good job on him in the first half.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back for more halftime action of CEBL Summer Series 2020.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh, look who's reaching out. Old friends wanna feature now. They don't work, so they need it free. Ooh, you reaching out from the west side of that old town, but there's no shows till I go down to the open mic. Show love to the real ones that know now. Some of y'all don't know now. In a couple months, you gon' find out. Been blowing up from the underground, and they stepping on a landmine now. And he knows it's my time now. Coming up, I'm on a climb now. Everybody claim they been ballin', but it's looking like they took a time out. Okay, I'm working on a Wednesday, then up again the next day. So-and-so is popping, man, I skip him like he leg day. Kick it like I'm Pele, I never care what they say. Put myself on Spotify, so every day my payday. That realness, don't feel this, but I've been sick. That illness, I've been fresh like Will Smith since 94. man, I built this. Stressed out, X'd out, missed calls from my ex now. But I'm staying focused in the lab, baby. I don't need your calls or your text now. God say the boy blessed now. Who am I to say Rondo? And the way that I Celtics, they been calling me Rondo. 23 in my prime though, finna ball like Lonzo. Go and tell everybody talking stage better be in that convo.
Welcome back inside Meridian Center as we get set for the second half between the Niagara River Lions and the Ottawa BlackJacks. A reminder, Niagara must win this game, though they trail 10 going into the final 20 minutes. Coming up in the halftime show, we've got yesterday in the CEBL, a breakdown of yesterday's action. We've also got Amy Audibert sitting down with Commissioner Mike Moriali, another part of that excellent sit-down chat. We've got the visiting head coach interview coming up as well with Vic Razzo as his team goes into a do-or-die second half. We got the keys to the game with Javon Shepard, and of course the halftime stats presented by BetChris. And then of course coming up after that is the second half between the River Lions and the Ottawa BlackJacks here on CBC Gem and TSN 1200 in Ottawa.
Well, when I was younger in high school, I was a pretty good athlete. Went to the provincial championships in most sports like volleyball, track, basketball, and of course the goalie. But lately I've been going up the stairs like Fred Sanford. That's why I use Inflamex. Remember, 2 M's, 2 X's.
Inflamex is formulated to relieve joint pain, helps address pain and inflammation at the cellular level, and is GMO-free and allergen-free.
I'm doing better with a little help from my friends at Bell Lifestyle Products, so you can do the things that you do best.
Oh, yeah!
Spend 2 nights in Ottawa and get $100 spending money on us. Dinner and drinks? It's on us. Or culture and sightseeing? It's on us. So relax. It's on us. Spend 2 nights and get $100.
Welcome to Payworks. We're payroll, HR, and time and absence management experts. So whether your business has thousands of employees or just one, let us show you how we're different. We're Payworks, and we're doing business to business, person to person. It's time to rep your CEBL pride, Canada. Exclusive new era merchandise is now available on CEBL.ca. Buy your favorite hats, replica jerseys, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Welcome to our game. River Lions fans, right now you can get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit riverlions.ca and take advantage of this exclusive summer series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience. BlackJacks fans, right now you can get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit theblackjacks.ca and take advantage of this exclusive summer series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience.
It's up, and it is one back to Kimball McKenzie. He'll walk it up here for Guelph for the opening possession of the game. He's got Diawara, he drives left, tries to put it off glass, no good. But the follow there by Olu Famatimi in the putback dunk.
I'll have you know that's the oldest guy in the league, Baker, of course, and easy layup for 2.
All of a sudden, it's a double-digit lead, 11 points, 37-26 here for Edmonton. Green underneath to McKenzie, and that is stuffed by Jordan Baker.
Gambling man, I would bet that this next sub is for Baker.
Here's Overwater going up, off glass, it's good, and one Overwater to the line to complete the three-point play.
They could have done a better job of being in this game a lot earlier.
Edmonton's a three-pointer away from the win. Travis Daniels gets it to go. That is game for Travis Daniels. They call it a 3, and the Edmonton Stingers are going home with the victory, 5-1.
Let's build on what we did yesterday. Let's have a good one. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, we about to turn up one time on these boys. They're not ready. Hey, Cosby, get out here! Make it count! Don't take no energy home! Listen, man. Tonight is tonight!
Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
Together. 1, 2, 3. Stay 4, 5, 6.
Family.
We got an opportunity to play basketball. Let's take advantage of it.
What is 100 years? In 1920, Earhart Cook turned a passion for headwear into the New Era Cap Company in Buffalo, New York. But everyone was making this kind of hat. So we came up with the big idea to make the best caps for the biggest sport. But something wasn't quite right. We wanted to show the logos with pride. And just like that, the iconic 5950 was born, changing the baseball cap forever. For the first time, the caps the pros wore on the field were officially sold in stores. And then something unique happened. Spike Lee called, the Spike Lee, and asked to have a red Yankees cap to match his jacket. We asked Major League Baseball, and they said, we had a chance to be disruptive. Spike's red cap launched sports headwear into a wider culture. Hip-hop made it a staple. Creators made it their own. Colors, fabrics, patterns. It was more than just your favorite team. And a gold sticker on the visor became as iconic as the cap itself. And those 4 numbers, we think it's an original production number. We don't know for sure, but we love them. From courtside to Crenshaw, from the 50 to 5th, it shouted that this is who you were, what you repped, and where you lived. The world saw it and wanted it. Where were we? Staying true to our roots. Fans of all sports became fans of us. People liked what we were doing, so our brand grew, and we became more than just a cap. That's 100 years. We thank you. Enjoy what comes next.
Now we've seen closer games, we've seen a couple not so close games. What are your thoughts on the way we're finishing off the series every night?
Yeah, well, the good thing is that, yeah, you're right. There's been maybe only a handful of games that are relatively close, but each one of those games, once we get to Elam, has created more drama, right? There's been comebacks. You know, Edmonton had a comeback a couple nights ago, and they were down big, and then they rolled back to get within 10. And you know, it wasn't a win, but it does prove that, okay, no time on the clock. Let's go down, shoot some threes, get some open shots. For those that have been leading, you know, I felt a little scared for those guys sometimes. It's not as easy as you think to close out a game. So it's been fantastic. And as we get closer and, you know, the teams feel each other out a little bit more, we're going to get more close games going into Elam, which is going to make even more exciting.
We're talking about national coverage. It was pretty cool to look on Twitter and see the CEBL trending across the country. It
is cool, especially for a guy like me who has no idea what that even means. So I had asked my young staff, hey, what is it, trending? Is that a good thing? But, you know, that just goes to show that organic growth I talked about. And in time, we are going to be in places we want to be. Right now, we have a tremendous partner in CBC. They have taken it upon themselves. They are the Olympic network. They understand where we fit into their values and their road to the Olympics, and specifically in basketball, both men's and women's. So, you know, anything we can do to help broadcast what we do and what we're about and the talent that's here and trend and grow is an incredible part of the journey. And, you know, in years from now, we'll be able to look back and say that was the first time, but not the last.
Can't kill them. Here's Mullings, though, and Mullings ends the game. A valiant effort from Hamilton, but in the end, Niagara, they win this one in Elam.
Welcome back inside Meridian Center as the Ottawa BlackJacks lead the Niagara River Lions 42-32, that is, with a 10-point deficit for Niagara to make up here in a do-or-die second half. Niagara must win or they are done, and they will be the lone team not taking part in the knockout rounds of the CEBL Summer Series. We are going to send things down baseline. Amy Audibert is joined by Niagara head coach Vic Razzo ahead of a huge half for his team. Amy.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. One question for you, coach. Do or die, half of basketball left. What's your message to your team in the locker room?
I mean, they just got to keep fighting. We all got to keep fighting. We gave up way too many transition points in that half. If we clean that up and then execute a little bit better on the offensive end, I think we'll be all right. The guys they're not giving up, that's for sure.
Appreciate your time, coach. Good luck in the second half, guys.
Thanks, Coach Razzo, and thanks to Amy for chatting with Vic down on the baseline. All right, Javon, let's take a look back in at your keys to the game and how the River Lions and BlackJacks are holding up to them. Let's first go with the River Lions.
You know what? Team play was a big thing for them, and assists usually indicate that, how inclusive the team is and how, guys are playing together. They have 7 assists tonight, and I think a problem there is that they're having a little too much dribbling, too much over dribbling, and guys aren't really sharing the ball as fast, as fluent as they should. My second two, no excuses and some leadership. They go hand in hand. And we're yet to see, Cassius Robertson has been able to score, but we're yet to see a player step up and really take control of guys, be the vocal leader. And I think that's a big component that they're missing.
And for the Ottawa BlackJacks, what about them? How are they holding up to your keys from before the game?
Paint touches. Paint touches are big for them. They have 20 points in the paint tonight, so I think they're well on their way with that, as well as win the game with the rebounds. Tonight they have 22. They average 44 on the season per game, and so they're en route. They're on pace to meeting their averages there and be shot ready. Right now they're 4 for 11 from 3. But at the same time, you have to play the game. You have to feel the game, and they are shooting about 60% from the field. So, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at the halftime stats presented by BetChris. Of course, the big stat is that Ottawa leads 42-32. Rebounds, pretty close, but Ottawa with a slight edge. Assists, as you mentioned, far in the advantage of the Ottawa BlackJacks. Lots of blocks for the River Lions. They're doing well around the rim with 5 blocks, even on the steals, and that field goal percentage, 50% to 28%. That is something that Niagara is going to have to figure out in this second half, how to get easy looks, how to knock down their shots at the same rate they're knocking down their threes. They're 5 of 13 from downtown right now, just 5 of 22 on 2-pointers. That is not going to get it done here for Niagara, and as we've talked about many times and we'll continue to mention, they have to get it done here in the second half. Otherwise, their CEBL Summer Series is kaput. As we take a look at some of the highlights from that first half from the River Lions and the BlackJacks. Is there a player, Javon, on either team that you're pretty interested in as we look here to the second half? Maybe it's someone on Niagara who might be able to sort of pull the team by their bootstraps and kind of get them all along the line to a win. Is it someone on Ottawa? Who are you looking at here as someone who particularly stands out to you before we get into the second half?
First of all, I want to say they're shooting 22% from the floor, and I think a testament to Ottawa's defense. They're really crowding them. So I think, tough thing is when Niagara has their lineups out there, Cassius Robertson is their lone shooter. So, a lot is going to be weighted on him going into the second half. And again, a testament to Ottawa's defense. They know their scouting report. They've crowded guys when they have the ball, when they're penetrating as well. They've crowded, sent 2 guys at the post when they've had 2 or 3 dribbles in the paint. So you're really going to depend on Cassius Robertson to break the game open or open up the court for them with a couple shots early on. And hopefully guys like Guy Bouchard can get going. Trey Bell can get into the paint and just get guys some easy shots. Daniel Mullings is going to do what he does and, play around the basket. So hopefully the guys can start to hit some shots and really open up the court for them.
Absolutely. Cassius Robertson leads the way for Niagara with 12 points on 4 of 9 shooting in the first half. The lone scorer in double digits for Vic Razzo's club. For Ottawa, leading the way is Johnny Burhana-Mescal with 11 points on 4 of 8 shooting, 2 of 4 from downtown. Tom Scrubb has 9 points himself, shooting a tidy 3 of 4 to go along with it. As we hit the second half here, it is Hanlon, Scrubb, Burhana-Mescal, Pierre-Charles, and Keith, the starting 5 out there for the BlackJacks. It's Robertson, Bouchard, Glaze, Bell Haynes, and Dorian Pinson in a do-or-die second half here for Niagara as it's Thomas Scrub down on the block. Gets it to Hanlon down in the corner. He gets it up to Keith. He tries to do an entry pass there to Scrub, and there's going to be a foul called here on Thomas Scrub. A bit of a push there in behind, and it's going to be Niagara ball to start off the half.
A light push, just a light nudge. Enough to get the ref's
Spoken like
attention.
someone who's given a push like that before in their career.
Light, just real light.
Here's Boucard with it. Gets it to Pinson. It's back up top for Robertson. He takes a glazed screen, pull-up triple. That is cash for Cassius Robertson. Now just a 7-point deficit.
And you're going to need more of that from him. You know, using a ball screen and just forcing Ottawa to play honest defense on the perimeter. Him being the lone, scorer, and guy that can really hit some shots for you on the perimeter will really open things up for everybody else.
Thomas Scrub is backing down Boucard, looking for an option. Handoff with Hanlon. He's got Boucard all over him. Lots of size. Hanlon pull up three. That's no good. Rebound there by the River Lions. Good start here. Bell Haynes on the run. He's got Brandon Mescal in front of him. He kicks it back to Robertson. He drives, tries to find the corner. Scramble for the ball. It comes to Keith. He's going to push it. Keith on the run. It goes through the hands of Thomas Scrub, and it's going to go back towards the Niagara River Lions, trailing by 7 here in the third quarter. A reminder, the Elam ending kicks in with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, where a target score will be set that both teams will play to. More on that once we get to it in the fourth. Here's Robertson. Gets it to Boucard. Up top, back to Robertson. Sees a couple bodies, swings it back around. Glaze, beautiful pass to a cutting Bell Haynes, who slides in there for a little off-glass finish.
And that's impressive from your big man. If you can get a big man to make a bounce pass, thread the needle like that, from that position, that's a good player.
Here is Johnny Brandon Mescal. A little over-the-head pass to Scrub for 3. That's no good. Rebound grab there by Boucard. A really good start here for Niagara.
And you know what? They're doing a good job of forcing Ottawa to take tough shots on the perimeter. They're kind of stagnant on the offensive end right now, and that's allowing Niagara to get out, get some easy touches, get some easy run-outs.
Trey Bell Haynes drives, tries to put it off the window. That is no good. Rebound grab there by Scrub. And Brandon Mescal, as Coach Oz Genti tells his team to go. Brandon Mescal up to Keith. He's got Glaze on him, sizing him up. Couple in and out dribbles, a little step back from mid-range. That's no good for Keith, but the long rebound comes to Scrub. Back up to Brandon Mescal, 10 now in the shot clock. Hanlon. He drives left, one dribble, kicks to Keith for 3. That's no good. Rebound grabbed by Grandy Glaze. Still no points on the board, and just under 3 minutes here in the third quarter for Ottawa. Trey Bell Haynes with it now. He drives left. Kicks back out to Pinson. It lands in the shooter's pocket for him, but he can't get the 3 to go. BlackJacks go the other way. Hanlon with it.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Trey Bell Haynes did a good job getting to the key. Cross-court pass to the weak side. You have to take that. Eventually it's going to drop.
Hanlon takes the screen, a heavy screen from Pierre Charles, darts into the lane. He's fouled going up, and Olivier Hanlon is going to go to the line to shoot. Bell Lifestyle Products is proud to provide natural health products for the elite athletes of the CEBL, retired athletes, and weekend warriors alike. Never stop doing your thing. Men's health empowered by nature. Bell Lifestyle Products. Olivier Hanlon going to the line here. Hanlon, just under 9 minutes played in the first half. Just 2 points. Quiet half for Hanlon, as Munis Tutu put in some really good work as the backup point guard for Ottawa, playing 13 minutes to Hanlon's 9.
You know what? You never count Hanlon out because he's a guy that can really get hot at any point. And we're still waiting for him to see him have that breakout game. I mentioned it the other night. But, yeah, he's a guy that plays in the flow of the game and can do a lot of things. So you really can't count him out and just measure his contribution by points alone.
We've got Cassius Robertson after a successful trip to the line. There is Robertson back again, gets it from Bell Haynes, 6 on the clock, step back 3. That's good, Cassius Robertson. He might just do it himself.
He is, but there's a lot of dribbles between Cassius Robertson and Trey Bell Haynes. They have to get back to simple basketball. Again, less is more. 2 dribbles. If there's nothing there, get it out of your hands, or that means there's somebody open, because there's a lot of help going on right now.
Beautiful little underneath bounce pass there to Kibi from Brandon Mescal, and Kibi puts it up and in. 46-40 right now, the lead for Ottawa. Robertson drives, left-hand finish off glass for Cassius Robertson. He is off to a great start here in the quarter. 8 points out of the gate for Cassius Robertson. He's up to 20, and we're going to come back after the media timeout with more of the third quarter here on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca, as well as TSN 1200 in Ottawa.
Follow the Niagara River Lions on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the River Lions have to offer. Follow the Ottawa BlackJacks on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the CEBL's newest club has to offer.
A good start to the third quarter here for the Niagara River Lions, as they're now within 4 of the Ottawa BlackJacks. Cassius Robertson doing the lion's share of the work, the River Lions share of the work, I suppose you could say, with 8 points so far in the quarter, up to 20 on the game. Lloyd Pandy underneath, freshly checked in, and he can't get it to go off glass. Daniel Mullings with it.
And Grandy Glaze has silently impacted this game. He had done a good job on the rebounding, and as well as he's changed a lot of shots. I mean, he hasn't blocked as many, but he's deterred guys from coming into the paint and really putting up their easy baskets. So it makes you think twice.
Missed shot by Robertson as Hanlon takes it coast to coast for a little floater and a bucket for Olivier Hanlon. Here's Trey Bell Haynes. Trey Bell Haynes directing traffic. Gets it to Boucard in the backcourt as they get their set in motion. Broken up there by Thomas Scrubb, back up top for Trey Bell Haynes. He sees a couple bodies there at the top of the pick and roll. Still slides his way to the rim and gets it to go and one. Trey Bell Haynes.
I figured we would see this adjustment, though. They have Tommy Scrubb now guarding. He subbed out now. Cassius Robertson. So it was just a matter of time. Tommy's the utility defender, 1 through 5. So I guess he's out there to slow him down right now.
Can't imagine we'll see Robertson on the bench long.
Oh, no, he's out. He's out.
No, he's still out there. That's correct.
Went to get a little quick water.
Kotak Law is the official law firm of the CEBL Summer Series, and they know these times have been hard for many Canadians. That is why they are donating $7,000 to the Canadian Mental Health Association and invites fans to join them. Visit cmha.ca today and join Anish Kotak in supporting the mental health of Canadians from coast to coast. Three-point play is converted by Bell Haynes. It's a three-point game now as Kibi has it up high. Kibi looking for an option. He gets Scrubb over on the left wing over to Tutu. Tutu's going to drive around Boucard. Scrubb relocates to the right corner. Puts up a three. No good at the buzzer, and it is now River Lions ball. Chance to bring it within one or tie. Trey Bell Haynes driving. He's fouled as the River Lions bench is feeling it right now.
And this is when they're good, when they are out in the open court, transition and the defense is on their heels. Niagara's really good. They have a lot of weapons. Trey Bell Haynes is a guy that can really attack the basket. And then they have guys on the perimeter that can make plays, make shots.
Trey Bell Haynes with it. Gets it down to Mullings. He's going to post up for Hannah Mescal. He puts it up, rebound. Grabbed there by Ottawa, 2-2 with it. Over to Scrub, down low to Pandy. He's got glaze on him, he contests it well, he can't get it to go, but the rebound comes to 2-2, back into Pandy, kicks out, Berhana Mescal left wing, triple is good. Johnny Buckets, Berhana Mescal.
That shot was good before it left his hands. He got a great pass into his shooting pocket, set his feet, good rotation on the basketball, knocked it down.
Trey Bell Haynes, skip pass to the corner, Mullings. He's got Pandy and Berhana Mescal both kind of in his way. Robertson, another pull-up three. That is good. Cassius Robertson feeling it here, up to 23 points, 11 in the quarter.
You know, if that's how you have to beat me, I'll take it. three, 4, 5 dribbles into a tough sidestep shot. I'll gamble with that.
There's a foul on Guillaume Boucard. Hearing the gears there from Coach Vic Razzo. Calling for awareness there as Eric Keeby goes up. He's fouled. He's going to shoot 2. The 2021 CEBL season tickets drive is well underway and will continue only throughout the CEBL Summer Series. Visit riverlions.ca or theblackjacks.ca to place your $50 deposit and receive a 12% discount, but only if you secure those tickets before the end of the CEBL Summer Series for 2021. And based on the quality of hoop we've seen here today and throughout the entire summer series, you're going to want those season tickets for next year when fans, hopefully, can be back in the building. Keeby for his second free throw after missing the first. That misses as well. Missed opportunity at the line there for Keeby. And Boucard is bailed out for his miscue and foul. Tyrone Watson now in the game. Gets it to Cassius Robertson. Why not? Do we see a heat check here from Robertson? He's got Pandy on him. He drives. Pull up from mid-range. That is well short. Maybe a little bit too ISO heavy there for Robertson. Here's Tutu. Drives into a couple bodies. High off the glass. They're going to count the basket and a foul. Munis Tutu. That is a delicate finish off top of the glass.
I'm going to look at this replay because I'm pretty sure his eyes were closed on that basket.
Just feeling the basket. Some sort of Star Wars thing. There's the joke there. I just didn't come to me. The Force, that's what it is. 2-2 will shoot 1 at the line. The 2020 grad from Carleton. One of 2 2020 Carleton grads, along with TJ Lull on this team. You've got Trey Bell Haynes walking it up after the 3-point play. It's a 6-point deficit for the River Lions. Season on the line for Niagara. Mullings in down to the post to Watson. Sees a couple bodies. Finds Mullings in traffic. Beautiful post pass there from Tyrone Watson as Mullings drops it in off the glass.
Yeah, if somebody missed their defensive assignment there. Mullings' man went to double on Tyrone Watson. I imagine they're using Mullings' defender as he's, would traditionally be the non-shooter on the court right now. So somebody missed him at the rim there.
Lloyd Pandy misses a 3. The rebound is scooped up by Tutu, handed to Pandy running down the lane, and he finishes it off. Trey Bell Haynes sees a trap. They're going to call foul here on Jean-Emmanuel Pierre-Charles. Shaq Keith coming into the game here. Tom Scrub will get a breather. A reminder to stick around following today's game for a special edition of CEBL Life presented by Ward 1 Studios, a behind-the-scenes feature on reigning league MVP Xavier Moon of the Edmonton Stingers as he works to win his second MVP, and the Edmonton Stingers got a few days off now ahead of semifinal Saturday as they have booked their ticket there and the bye through the quarters. Trey Bell Haynes puts up a 3. He's fouled on the shot by TJ Lull, and Trey Bell Haynes is going to go to the line for 3 free throws at a critical moment here in this game. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Only 8 minutes of game time left until the Elam ending.
I said it yesterday. This is the corner for foul threes. We've seen about 4 of them over the course of the last 3 days. That same spot, fouling shooters.
Trey Bell Haynes. He's got some national team run-in as well during the FIBA qualifiers. Of course, the altered FIBA schedule leads to kind of a weird situation where you're not really going to get all the players you want at certain times just because of their commitments with their clubs. Trey Belhane's one of those guys who played for that team.
Well, you know, at the same time, you're still gonna get high quality guys that actually
Absolutely.
have some FIBA experience and are playing internationally. So you definitely get some, you know, high level guys. And again, it gives a lot of these guys opportunities to have that experience, because some guys may not be available, or you know, it could be contract issues, injuries, whatsoever the case may be.
That's a big part of what the CEBL is all about, is building the talent pool, right? And ensuring guys have that FIBA experience, ensuring the talent pool is deep when they need to go deep. You see the Canada basketball logo on your screen. That is there for a reason. Olivier Hanlon to TJ Law down low. A few bodies converge, and there's a miss there by Law. Niagara ball, down 3. Cassius Robertson with it, sitting on 11 points here in the third quarter. He's got Pandy on him. Entry pass here to Watson. He'll back down Law. Goes in, righty finish. That is good. Tyrone Watson going around TJ Law for the bucket.
And now we have a game.
The desperation you could certainly sense from Niagara. Munis Tutu with it. Over to Keith. He'll drive. Puts it up. Fouled going in for the layup attempt. And Shaq Keith is going to go to the line. He is going to shoot 2. Keith so far in this game, 6 points on the board. 3 assists, a couple boards as well. 2 steals to throw in. Just 1 of 5 from the field, though, for Shaq Keith. Doing most of his work at the free throw line, and he continues to do so here.
And you know what? Keith is a matchup problem. He's a guy that he can handle the basketball. He has good size on him. So, you know, he's guys that can mix it up a bit. And obviously he's played multiple positions for this Ottawa team.
Misses the second. And here is Cassius Robertson, down by 2. Thinks about it. He does now pull up 3. Cassius Robertson. Oh my goodness. Cassius Robertson is on one here in this third quarter, up to 14 points and 26 in the game. TJ Law down low. Pandy. He goes up. He's fouled. Basket's good. Pandy's going to go to the line to complete the 3-point play. Back and forth action here, as Niagara's lead may not be for long. Is not for long. Pandy, again, the first-year Carleton player, called into emergency duty last week and has been outstanding so far.
Is he the
converts as
U-Sport
well.
Rookie of the Year?
U-Sport Rookie of the Year for sure. He might be U-Sport Player of the Year at this point.
Well, CEBL U-Sport Rookie, yeah.
That is, keep in mind, there will be a handful of awards given out. Partial voting by media and coaches. Player of the Year, Canadian of the Year, U-Sports Player of the Year. I think Uwatua is probably in the running there as well for the River Lions. He's played quite well, but Pandy, considering the circumstances, has been outstanding. Here is Boucard, off glass, no good. Battle for the offensive board and a foul. The River Lions bench is happy about it.
Effort plays, and that's what they brought a guy like Mullings in here for, is to make those kind of baskets, the toughness that they were missing a year ago.
That foul is administered to TJ Law, his 4th of the game. Mullings at the line. Misses the first. Will look to knock down the second to pull within 1 here. Just 28 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Mullings hits the second. 4 seconds difference, game and shot clocks here for Olivier Hanlon as he walks it up here for the BlackJacks late in the third quarter. He's got Mullings guarding him. He tries to go left, warded off there. He's got Boucard switched onto him now in space. Another switch with Tyrone Watson now. This seems to be the matchup Ottawa wanted. Hanlon is going to be called for a travel. Good call there by Tony Turnbull.
And a couple of times Ottawa's tried to get that matchup, and I don't think they realized that Tyrone Watson, this is a guy, he plays in the blocks, but his footwork is that of a guard. Like he can laterally move, and we've seen he's stopped a couple guards here tonight, shuffling with them, and none of them have been able to get around him.
Only 5.8 seconds on the clock here for Niagara to work with. Hopefully they get a quick shot off if you're Vic Razzo. Robertson with it, looking to add to his 26 points. 2 on the clock, gets it up, and that is blocked there by a trio of BlackJacks. And we come to the end of the quarter, 60-59. Ottawa leads in a do-or-die game for the River Lions. It's going to be a blast on the other side for the fourth quarter here on CBC Gem and TSN 1200 in Ottawa.
Elam ending is upon us, and they take the timeout to set the target score. Gets up into the air, gets it to go! Not there, Boucard in the corner for 3. Guillaume Boucard at the buzzer, drains it, and the Niagara River Lions get out of here with a 93-92 victory.
Well, when I was younger in high school, I was a pretty good athlete. Went to the provincial championships in most sports like volleyball, track, basketball, and of course the goalie. But lately I've been going up the stairs like Fred Sanford. That's why I use Inflamex. Remember, 2 M's, 2 X's.
Inflamex is formulated to relieve joint pain, helps address pain and inflammation at the cellular level, and is GMO-free and allergen-free.
I'm doing better with a little help from my friends at Bell Lifestyle Products, so you can do the things that you do best.
Oh, yeah.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
Welcome back inside Meridian Center. Fourth quarter underway here in Niagara, trailing by 1. They must win this game or their summer series is over. Emmanuel Owutua in for Niagara. Down to Daniel Mullings in the post, guarded by Brahana Mescal. Power move there by Mullings. Fight for the offensive board, and it's the hands of Shaq Keith going the other way quickly. Keith with it. Back to Scrub, that is, sorry. Hanlon for 3. That's no good. Pierre Charles with the rebound. He can't get the putback to go, and a foul is going to be called here. It's going to be Niagara ball. The foul is going to be on Pierre Charles. I believe that is his 4th.
You know what? Granny Glaze has been on the rebounds all night. This is a guy, this is what he was brought here for, and he's done a great job. In 15 minutes, he has 6 rebounds, and not that big of a score, but that's how he impacts the game. He's giving guys, some second chance points. He's giving guys some, defensive rebounds, allowed his team to get out and run in the open court.
Owutua with it. Tries to hit Watson with there. It's lost, but they get it back. Watson underneath finds Glaze right around the free throw line. He gets it out to Owutua for 3. That's no good. Bit of a wonky possession there for the River Lions. Here's Hanlon. Now just 5 minutes away from Elam time. Brahana Mescal. Crosses over Mullings. Tries to go up with it, but that's stripped away by Mullings. 2-on-1 now, 3-on-1, and it's Grandy Glaze getting the dish from Watson, putting it in, and now it's a 1-point lead for Niagara.
Great job there. 3 guys again touch the basketball on that transition, easy basket.
Hanlon. A foul is called underneath. That's going to go on Owutua. Off-ball foul. Cassius Robertson checked back in, and that has to be
Ottawa's
a
nightmare.
scary sight for Ottawa right now. An incredible incredible third quarter. 14 points on the board there for Cassius Robertson, up to 26 in the game. The steal there, Grandy Glaze picks off the Brandon Mescal pass. Up to Trey Bell Haynes on the wing. Into Grandy Glaze on the roll. He finds a cutting Daniel Mullings. Beautiful offense there from the River Lions, and a 3-point lead for Niagara.
And Grandy's been energy. Got the turnover on one end, ran the floor, called for the screen. He told the guard he was going to set the screen. Got that screen, dropped pass to him, and he tossed it off. Easy basket.
As it's just a beautiful work of art on offense there from Niagara. They now lead by 3. Question for you about Ottawa. So
yeah.
I'm sure you've been in games where one team maybe has more to play for than the other. Ottawa obviously want to win this game. It gets them in for sure and avoids a game with Saskatchewan tomorrow that's a must-win. But this is not a do-or-die, whereas Niagara is playing for their lives right now. How do you match the intensity of a team that is playing for their lives when you're not that team playing for your life, Javon?
You know what? You see that sense of urgency, and you see it. You know, a perfect example is an Elam ending. Not just this game, not just this game here per se, but in the Elam ending altogether. We've seen that teams that have been in a deficit have had far more sense of urgency in that time frame, in that segment. So, you know, if you're Ottawa right now, yeah, you may be a bit more relaxed than Niagara, because this is their last chance. Like, you know, if they can't get the job done tonight, you pack your bags, you go home.
Absolutely. That is what's on the line here. A night of packing bags, which you do not want. No one likes packing. I'm sure Niagara doesn't want to pack either. They have this quarter here to pull out a win. 4 minutes and 16 seconds away from Elam ending time. They lead by 3. I would guess that any points they can add to cushion that lead will be welcome to Vic Razzo's eyes and the entire Niagara River Lions fan base's eyes as they look to avoid a huge disappointment in the CEBL Summer Series, a team that went 15-5 last season. If they lose this, they have as many losses in the Summer Series in 6 games as they did all last year. It's not what you want.
And sports is a funny thing. It could be up one year and down the other year. And to the credit of these other teams, they got better as well. So, and they also had a chance to see, and they had an early scouting report on a team like Niagara because they've seen them last year, and they know what their guys can do.
Munas Tutu's last shot swirled around the bucket. It would have gone the opposite way in Australia. Either way, it's good. There is Cassius Robertson for 3. That's no good. The entire River Lions bench thought that was going down, though, considering how hot he's been. Here's Tutu. Little crossover into the paint. And again, a circus shot for Munas Tutu. High off glass. That time he certainly didn't see the basket when he put that up. That's an and one. Munas Tutu, unbelievable touch there to set up the and one.
That's his second basket like that tonight. Just close his eyes and toss it over his shoulder.
Reminded me of Prime Morris Peterson right there. There's a deep cut. A reminder that the River Lions conclude their round-robin play tonight. The BlackJacks' next game is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. when they conclude the Summer Series round-robin with a date against the reigning champs, the Saskatchewan Rattlers. Here is Tyrone Watson taking the miss and bolting the other way. Fouled. He's going to go to the line. Tyrone Watson, chance for 2. Should also note before the game tomorrow, the 7:30 start between Ottawa and Saskatchewan, you will have Guelph and Fraser Valley, 2 teams vying for the 2 seed here in the CEBL and that second bye through to the semifinal. Big game there between Guelph and Fraser Valley. Ottawa, if they win here and win tomorrow, depending on the outcome of that Fraser Valley Guelph game, they could be the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Which is a big swing, considering they could also be 7th by the end of tomorrow's action.
There's a lot going on.
It's the beauty of a 6-game round robin. It is
round robin play.
Let's let you in behind the curtain. We spent the first half hour before each game today trying to figure out all the machinations of tiebreakers and things like that.
And I left you right there.
Basically rocket science.
Yeah.
Munas Tutu with it. He's going to drive. Puts it up. Get that to go, but he's going to go to the line after Watson goes 1 of 2 to make it 65-64. You may have heard the mics pick up Grandy Glaze. That's the beauty of having no fans in the arena.
You know,
we have
he's
no
playing
delay
his heart
here.
out. He's playing his heart out, so you have to give it to him.
Munis Tutu puts it up. That is good. And now a 1-point lead here for Ottawa. They go back and forth. Now just 3 minutes until the Elam ending kicks in. Trey Bell-Haynes with it. He's got Pandy switched onto him. Now over to Glaze on the left wing. Entry pass to Watson. He's got the smaller Tutu on him. Two bodies come his way. Watson tries to put it up. He's fouled there by Pandy. And Watson perseveres through the double team and is going to go to the line for another chance at a couple of points.
Coach Jonty was on the refs a bit. I think he thought it wasn't a foul, but you know there was a reach over. They sent a double team to Watson like they've been doing all night. Allowed him to split. That really gave him that second chance at seeing the basket. A double like that, you really have to close it in, so guys can't really split it and get to the basket.
Playing a risky game there, too. The last time they sent a double his way, he sent a beautiful pass down the lane for a bucket to Daniel Mullings. So he can pass out of those doubles. He knocks in both free throws. Now Niagara's back up by one. Back and forth they go once again. Here's Hanlon. He'll drive, baseline, up top, Pandy. He's wide open. He'll drive into Glaze. A little Euro step action. Lloyd Pandy continues to impress. Beautiful lefty finish. And your look of disbelief says it all with Lloyd Pandy and what he's been doing. Maybe it shouldn't be disbelief anymore. Watson goes up. Can't get it to go. It's going to be Ottawa ball here after the out of bounds. A 1-point lead for Ottawa. 6:22 to play. 2:22 until the Elam ending kicks in. And a foul there by Trey Bell-Haynes.
Hanlon with a really smart play. He got there. He heard the call. They're trying to force him to the baseline on that ball screen. As soon as he heard the call, he attacked his defender, got a foul, picked up a foul.
2-2. Inbounds to Pandy. He's got Ty Watson on him. Up to Hanlon. He'll drive off glass. No good. Good defense there on the contest by Tyrone Watson, who gets it up to Cassius Robertson, but overshoots it right to the hands of his coach, Vic Razzo.
A little too much on it.
Vic was a player at one point. No longer. Shouldn't be sending him passes right now. A darn good player at that for Carleton. Some allegiances at play here with Ottawa lining up across. Here's Phil Scrubb with the lefty floater. That's no good. Bell-Haynes has three guys on him. He somehow finds Mullings on the run. Kicked out. Robertson, Bell-Haynes, wide open three. That is no good. Good job by Pandy to get out there for the contest. And there is Tutu for three. That's hanging on the rim. No good in the hands of Grandy Glaze. A foul is going to be called here, I think, against Eric Keeby. Riverline's ball. It is on Keeby. Cassius Robertson, 26 points coming into the fourth quarter, still stuck on 26 points. Also a big shout out to Eric Keeby. It's his 30th birthday today. Happy birthday to Mr. Keeby. A win for the BlackJacks. What a wonderful present that would be. Here's Robertson driving high off glass, no good. Glaze gets the rebound, puts it back in, and now Niagara back up with the 1-point lead. I'm not even sure. They might break the computer, the thing that tracks lead changes.
If Niagara wins tonight, Grandy Glaze is the MVP of this match. It's not going to show up with, he's not going to show up with the most stats as far as points are concerned, but his impact on his game, just changing the momentum of this game, it's been huge. It's been huge.
He is right there as the foul is committed against Glaze as well. He is a team best +7 in this game so far as well. Just 4 points, but he's got 7 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, filling up the stat sheet. In the dirty areas is Grandy Glaze.
And you know what? That's what he was brought in here for, those dirty plays. And in games like this, to close it out, put an elbow on a guy, get the offensive rebound, get a defensive rebound, and just set really good screens.
Grandy Dirty Plays Glaze. I think we just made a new nickname. Here's Glaze up top. Here's Robertson with it. Been held quiet so far in the quarter. He drives, tries to find an outlet. It is deflected out of bounds by Tutu. They almost got Robertson to up and down, but it's going to be a timeout here to be Niagara ball with 7 on the clock. after the timeout. 53 seconds here on the clock. This one, regardless of what the target score ends up being, is going to come down to the wire. These two teams trading buckets back and forth for the last few minutes here. This should be an excellent finish, Javon.
And this is what you want. This is what these guys are here to play for. And it's definitely going to come down to the crunch time. I think for Ottawa, the key is to get the ball out of Cassius Robertson's hands. And I think if you get Thomas Scrub on him right now, he's going to create some difficulty for him. Again, force some other guys to shoot the basketball. There's only 2 other guys that have made a 3 tonight. Play your numbers, know your room and know your crowd. So getting the basketball out of Cassius Robertson's hand is definitely going to be key, and force some other guys to beat you.
Absolutely. I mean, a do-or-die game. I'm sure Vic Razzo's not happy this is a close one, but for us on the broadcast, this is awesome. I can't wait to see the finish of this game, as the Elam ending is just 53 seconds away from taking effect. They will set a target score at 9 points to the team in the lead score, and that will be the score everyone's playing to. This should be a wonderful finish, as Niagara, again, season on the line. They want to be in the quarters on Thursday. They will not be if they do not pull this game out.
Any predictions?
I don't want to do predictions, man. I'm getting everything wrong so far. I did pick Edmonton to get a bye, so that's my one prediction. I'll just stay with that one and then nothing else. As we see Haynes, Robertson, Watson, Glaze, and Mullings here in crunch time. Robertson for 3. That is Cash.
Ooh.
Cassius Robertson. They're going to call it a 2, actually. And it's a 3-point lead. Robertson is up to 28 points in the game. 2 off of the CEBL Summer Series high set by Cam Forte last week. Shaq Keith with it. He's going to drive on Watson. 2-2. Around Glaze. Little evasive move there by Tutu. Great little setup to Keith, and now it's just a 1-point lead once again for Niagara. 71-70, 25 seconds to go before the Elam time kicks in. Here's Glaze underneath, finds Mullings cutting. That's blocked by Tom Scrub. A huge stuff there by Scrub. Potentially the last possession here for Ottawa. In down to Keith. He's got Robertson on him. He tries to spin, finds Pandy. And Pandy is fouled there by Tyrone Watson underneath. And that is going to send Lloyd Pandy to the line.
There we have it.
And that is under the 4-minute mark. There's 3:58 on the clock, so he'll take these 2 free throws, and the target score will be determined after that. 2 free throws for Lloyd Pandy. The last action before we get to the Elam ending. That is short. So the target score either way is going to be 80. It's just a matter of if it's tied or not.
This is tough as a player because, one, you have to stay within character, but I know each and every one of those guys are thinking, I can close it out. I can close it out. I can get the job done. You have 9 points to the conclusion of this game, and everybody's thinking I can do it. Now you have to find a balance as a player to really play within the system and do what's best for the team, make the right plays, as opposed to thinking, okay, I can make the play.
Tell your friends if you're watching this game on CBC Gem or CBCSports.ca. If you're listening on TSN 1200, tell your friends to get to their CBC Gem app right now, because it's 71-71. The target score is 80. That the River Lions and the BlackJacks are playing too. The River Lions lose, they are done. The BlackJacks win, and they are in. If they lose, they have a do-or-die game tomorrow against the Saskatchewan Rattlers. This is going to be awesome. Javon, I'll ask you. You've been asking me to make predictions the whole tournament without making any of your own. Do you have a prediction?
I'm going to just wait it out. I'm going to wait it out.
All right. We're going to send it over to Amy Audibert on the sidelines. Amy, what do you have for us?
Well, I don't know if I'm brave enough to make a prediction, but Sean, there has been one other game in the entire summer series where it has been tied going into the Elam ending, and that was Ottawa and Fraser Valley. Ottawa walked away with the 2-point victory. So maybe my over to Ottawa, but as we know, we've seen some crazy endings here, guys.
Absolutely, Amy. Thank you so much. That game won on a Johnny Brahana-Mescal free throw, if my memory serves me right. We called that game just last week, Javon. That game was awesome. This game, equally awesome. Again, get your friends to the TV. Here we got the Elam ending to date. We've got an 88.8 average target score, a little bit lower than that today, obviously. Game-winning shots, we've had 6 threes, 9 twos, 3 free throws, and also a goaltend that was involved in one of the ends over the weekend as well. A very unorthodox and interesting finish. Why not?
All right, here we go.
As Daniel Mullings gets it in, Trey Bell-Haynes will walk it up. The target score is 80. First to 80 wins. Here is Bell-Haynes over to Tyrone Watson. He's going to back down the smaller Bahena Mescal. A spin move, puts it up and in. Tyrone Watson gets things started. Bahena Mescal on the right wing. He's got Trey Bell-Haynes on him. Bell-Haynes not letting him go anywhere. Pandy coming up to set the screen. Bahena Mescal snaking his way. Looking for an option. 8 on the clock. Grandy Glaze waving those arms. No view there at all. Shaq Keith in the corner. And Grandy Glaze comes away with the steal.
Grandy
to Mullings going the other way.
Grandy Glaze has got to be the MVP. Win, lose, or draw. He's giving it his all tonight.
He's diving everywhere. He's falling everywhere. And the Niagara bench loves it. Not a soul sitting down. Half of them are on the floor right now. They're so excited.
Made the steal on one end, tossed it up, and he was still the first man down the court. Like, you know, at his size, you have to give him credit for that.
This game, before the summer series began, was billed as a battle of 2 of the favorites.
Yeah.
Now these are 2 teams fighting for their lives, and you're seeing it. We have a timeout called here by Ottawa as they trail 73-71 after that Tyrone Watson bucket. Let's talk more about Grandy Glaze, because Grandy Glaze has been awesome in this game, regardless of the fact that he hasn't scored a ton. He has been outstanding, just doing all the little things in between.
You know, this is a guy that does a lot. He can impact the game a lot just with the little things that he does. You see, he's able to get deflections on the basketball, and he's able to guard multiple positions. He's a guy last year that he was a double-double guy. He hasn't played as much this year, but this is what you brought him in for. And if you can have a guy like that on your bench that can peak at the right times, this is crunch time, and he's coming up big, the biggest player for you. That's what you want. That's why you build your team with depth so that guys can step up at the right moments. And tonight, this is one of your veterans, a guy that has some national team experience as well, stepping up in the moment.
Grandy Glaze going to the line. He knocks in the first of 2 after that foul. Both teams are now in the bonus, so any fouls will lead to free throws here. Glaze misses the second, just a 3-point lead. 6 points away from the target are the River Lions. Here is Shaq Keith. Little crossover to Lloyd Pandy underneath. Gets it up top, 2-2. Over to Keith once again on the left wing. He's got Mullings all up in his stuff. 7 on the clock. It's deflected to Scrub up top for 3. That's well short, but recovered by Tutu. He tries to throw it up. It's brought in by Tyrone Watson.
You know, and I had a chance I was coached by Kelvin Sampson a couple of years ago with the national team. He was an assistant with us, and he said, you know what, the way you start a possession is usually the way you end it. And we've seen it here. It was, the team was a bit discombobulated and ended, poorly for them.
We had a foul there as well as Tyrone Watson was hit under the basket. So he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 again. Got to be disciplined with the fouls here if you're either team, considering you're both in the bonus, and the value of every single point right now with that target score sitting at 80. Watson hits his first. Want to thank again everyone tuning in on CBC Gem, as well as those who are listening on TSN 1200 in Ottawa, of course. And he goes 2 for 2, now just 4 points away for the River Lions. A win and they are in, a loss and they're done. It's that simple for Niagara. A foul is called underneath. This is going to send a blackjack to the line. It's on Trey Bell-Haynes. Bahena Mescal is going to go to the line here to shoot 2.
We could be shooting free throws out the rest of this way.
I love the Elam ending. My one little touch-up to it would be maybe fouls reset going into it.
I told you what I would like. I just want to see win by 2. That's all.
Be difficult in this game considering the difference was 1 for most of the last two quarters of the game. Here is Traybell Haynes walking it up. 76-73 after Ottawa hits both free throws. Watson with it. Head up to the corner for Glaze. He puts up a 3. That is short. Rebound grabbed by Berhana Mescal, and a foul is called there. And Ottawa ball.
See, that's not the shot you want from Glaze right there. But you know what? I guess you have to live and die with that sometimes, because this is a guy that he's actually single-handedly brought you back into this game.
Berhana Mescal going to go to the line here, trying to draw it to 76-75. Hits the first. Vic Razzo yelling out instructions from the baseline. Has Robertson and Mullings minding those long rebounds just in case. He hits both, 76-75. Target score of 80. Here's Cassius Robertson sitting on 28 points in the game. Watson drives, fakes pass, puts up a floater that misses, and it's going to be Ottawa ball. Finally a true possession played to its dramatic conclusion. And it's not the conclusion the River Lions want, as it's going to be Ottawa ball.
They got lucky there. Pandy misses assignment. He was supposed to switch with Thomas Scrub on that ball screen. Got caught up looking. Luckily, Watson missed that little chippy.
Scrub to Berhana Mescal up top. A screen from Pierre Charles. Berhana Mescal hits Charles on the run. Kicked out. Tutu drives. Up. Off glass. That is good. Munis Tutu has the touch off the glass today. Ottawa now a three-pointer away from winning. It is 77-76. Here is Robertson.
One possession game for them.
Here's Robertson driving. He's got Pierre Charles. He's evading him up off glass. Cassius Robertson can't get it to go. The follow by Mullings is no good. Ottawa with a chance to win with a 3. They can put Niagara to bed. They go down the lane. Scrub going up. Can't get it to go. A foul is called on Watson as Scrub goes up. And Tom Scrub is going to have 2 free throws to bring Ottawa to as close as 1 point away from the target score. My heart's beating.
Wow.
Tom Scrub, the Carleton legend, hits his first. (78-76) for Ottawa now. Got to watch the rebounds here as well. They miss it. You can call a lane violation, so another chance here for Scrub. Little overeager there. That one is good for Scrub. Tough lane violation there for Watson, but you can understand being overeager to grab that rebound there on the miss. Yeah. It is 79-76. Niagara is 1 point away from having their CEBL Summer Series ended at the hands of the Ottawa BlackJacks. If you're Niagara right now, it's about calmness.
Calm.
A little bit of zen. Maybe have a yoga session over on the baseline while you prepare for the next possession here. It's all now. You can't give up any more buckets. You can't foul again. You don't want to be giving it up on a free throw. Everything is on the line for Niagara right now as their season hangs in the balance. And if they fall to 1-5, they will be eliminated.
Yeah, and
Heavy
that
stuff.
would be extremely disappointing considering the season that they came off of last year. So.
Absolutely. And considering they came in as favorites in this, I believe, if it wasn't you, someone on our CEBL show preview podcast last week picked Niagara to win the whole thing. Was it you?
Absolutely not.
Was it you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But right now, you know what? Luckily, they don't have time. They don't have to worry about time, so they can really take their time, I guess, in this sense to, get a good offensive possession and then come down and get a stop. That's the beauty of the Elam ending is that you're not working against time, so you can actually use time to your credit. Use a full shot clock, work it down, get the right shot.
The right shot is everything right now. I mean, a 4-point play, I guess, would be ideal if you're Niagara right now. Right. You're 4 points away from the target score. I mean, if you're Ojgenti, you're saying don't foul on a 3. like anything, don't foul on a 3 here.
Just give it up.
There's some room to work with. Into Trey Bell Haynes, over to Robertson. Sees a couple bodies, finds Haynes. Haynes down the lane, puts it up off glass. That's good. They count it, and the foul. Trey Bell Haynes with a chance to tie this at 79. Either way, we are in a next bucket wins scenario.
Ooh.
If you haven't told your friends yet, now tell them to get to CBC Gem this second. It is next basket wins.
Predictions?
Nope.
All right.
Something dramatic. Trey Bell Haynes to the line. 79-78 right now for Ottawa. He hits it. We are tied at 79. Next point wins the game. 2-2. Walks it up for the Ottawa BlackJacks. He has Cassius Robertson on him. Lloyd Pandy now over to Thomas Scrubb. 2-2 comes up high. 14 on the shot clock. Screen set by Pierre Charles. Muniz Tutu in the lane. Puts it up. No good. Rebound grab by Bell Haynes. He's out on the run. They have numbers. Trey Bell Haynes for the win. He does it! Trey Bell Haynes keeps the River Lions alive! The River Lions are going to the knockout round! The Ottawa BlackJacks will play a do-or-die game tomorrow against the Saskatchewan Rattlers as it's 81-79 on the game winner by Trey Bell Haynes. Javon, talk so I can calm down.
You know what? It's funny. When their back's against the wall and you have you have a lot of pressure in this ELAM ending, you revert back to what works best. And you've seen the last 2 possessions, these guys got the basketball up the floor, got 2-3 guys touching the basketball and made easy plays. That was the key down the stretch. They weren't as much dribbles, getting the basketball moving, and that was the fastest way to get things done.
If you need any proof of why the Elam ending is great, that is exactly why. We're going to go down to the hero of the Elam ending, Trey Bell Haynes, with Amy Audibert. Amy.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. What a blur. A huge and one, and then just a transition bucket. Talk about your mindset in the last probably 20 seconds of that ball game.
Hey, we were just all focused on stops, honestly. We gave him a couple bad fouls to get free throws, kind of to start the Elam, but we were just focused on getting stops, and then we were able to get on a run, got a couple good looks.
You got some big fans in your teammates, right? It did feel a little like a one-man show, but I got to ask, that entire second half was a strong showing for the River Lions. So what has to carry on? Because guess what? You're in the playoffs. Here we go.
Consistency, honestly. We had a good game against Edmonton, played Fraser Valley next game, and kind of laid an egg. So we just got to find a way to kind of put consecutive quarters together and put games together, and hopefully we can do that.
All right, well, enjoy this time because you're going to get some love in that locker room on extending a season here. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Amy, and thanks to Trey Bell Haynes, the Elam ending hero, keeping the River Lions season alive with a huge transition bucket to seal an 81-79 win. Final thoughts on that game, Javon, and maybe thoughts tomorrow for the Ottawa BlackJacks as they have a do-or-die game against Saskatchewan themselves.
You know what? This boiled down to who executed better down the stretch, as well as the big stat that stood out to me is points off turnovers. Niagara had 21 points off of Ottawa's turnovers, and that to me is a turning point in the game, as well as a guy like Grandy Glaze. He really stepped up tonight. He got deflections, he made defensive plays, and he was the guy that got those 50-50 basketballs, made those winning plays for Niagara to come out with the win tonight.
Couple great games for you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Fraser Valley and Guelph play for the 2 seed and that bye to the semifinals. And following that at 7:30, you will see the do-or-die game between the Saskatchewan Rattlers and the Ottawa BlackJacks. Should be awesome. Jason, Tom, and Joe Razzle will be on the call as they will be on for the quarterfinals. Javon, that's it for us, man. I've had a blast calling these games with you so far. It's been awesome, and I really thank you for being along with me for the ride. A pretty good way for us to go out.
Great way to go for us to go out. But, I appreciate you. It's been a lot of fun, and look forward to doing some more with you.
Absolutely. I want to shout out a big thank you to our production crew of Jamie Tan, Shelby Villeneuve, Mitch Marone, Matt Scott, Evan Koisner, and Dylan Howe, as well as the stats crew of Dominic, Gabby, Carl, Michael, Luke, Ryan, and Matt doing a wonderful job to make sure we have the numbers we need to bring the broadcast to you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Enjoy the games tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the CEBL Summer Series here on CBC Gem, and to those listening as well on TSN 1200 in Ottawa. Thank you so much, guys.
Growing up in Goodwater, it was definitely a challenge. Not coming from much, not a lot of people around. Probably like 500 to maybe 800 people in my town. But you definitely have people that you can lean on. A lot of people looking up to you, just wanting you to make it out. But then you also got people that want to see you fail. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, you just got to do what's best for yourself. Man, my court looked half as good as this court, man. It'd be crazy to go home and play on this. I wish you could see the court that I play on. No nets, taped up nets, no lines on the court. So I grew up playing on one court, one outside court, that's it. I got my first tattoo when I was 15. I actually was with my uncle. He was getting a tattoo, and I was telling him that I wanted to get a tattoo, but I didn't know what I wanted. I just wanted a tattoo because he was getting one. I think like this was my first tattoo I got. A lot of people say it means killing the game, so I just went along with it. Probably my most meaningful tattoo would be the one on the back of my arm. It's the hashtag that I use, TGBTG, which stands for To God Be the Glory. And I know without God, nothing is possible. So I wanted to get that tatted on me because that's something that I live by. Growing up, I knew that I had to get out. I know a lot of people that went to play college ball and came back and they ended up staying in Goodwater. So I knew like once I left that I had to stay gone. My senior year in college, on my way to class, my uncle calls me and was like, somebody just shot and killed Clyde. My stepdad was murdered 15 minutes from my hometown. A hate crime. The guy didn't want him living in the neighborhood. So I get out the phone and I call my coach. So I call him, I'm like, can you meet me at the gym? Like, I got something I got to talk to you about. So we went up to the office and I just broke down. Like, I broke down crying and I said, somebody just killed my stepdad. And it just went quiet and he didn't know what to say. My mama was just waiting on me to get home. Like, she didn't want to see nobody else. She was just waiting on me to get home. And then the funeral happens, and after that, I had got to the point where I was like, okay, I understand that I gotta be strong for her. So I just took it upon myself to be there for her and my little brother and sister. So we all kind of leaned on each other. Then I eventually went back to school. Well, first off, he meant so much to me because he made my mom happy. To have my stepdad actually come into my mom's life and treat us like we were his own kids. If I could be half the man as he is, then I know I live my life the right way. So I started writing on my shoes probably like my first year in France. I don't even know what made me start doing it. One day I was just like, I'm gonna just write rest in peace ECW on my left shoe, and then on my right shoe I got TGBTG, always a tribute to my stepdad. So everything I do, man, is for him now. So like I said, man, the epitome of a man was Albert Clyde Wilson. And I couldn't thank him enough if he was still here. And I'm just happy that we crossed paths and I had him in my life for as long as I did.
Good evening and welcome inside Meridian Center here in downtown St. Catharines, Ontario, home to game number 9 of the CEBL Summer Series featuring the Hamilton Honey Badgers and the Edmonton Stingers with defending MVP Xavier Moon.
I was a big shoe fanatic because me and my uncle were the same size. So all the shoes he didn't want, I got them. Man, I love shoes, man, but I'm really more in love with the color of the shoe. All my shoes, man, I try to get the brightest color shoe that they got, man, and pretty much everybody know me for that. Bright colors, man, bright personality, so I definitely think the shoe colors are a reflection of my personality.
Here's Xavier Moon walking it up, the defending MVP. He's been giving the AI cameras hell. He's so fast that the cameras can barely keep up with him sometimes.
This guy,
as he sticks the jumper.
He's the fastest guy, hands down in this league.
I Like I said earlier, man, I got a lot of people behind me, a lot of people that are proud of me and what I'm doing. And I just enjoy my life, because life is so short, life is so precious. So I just try not to take one day for granted, 1 second for granted, man. So that's why I'm always smiling and laughing and trying to have a good time and just trying to spread my energy to other people, man, because life is short. So you gotta enjoy it while you can.
Well, the win is on the line here for Xavier Moon, the MVP of the league last year, has the ball in his hands. He pulls up for 3 for the win. It's good. Xavier Moon takes the Edmonton Stingers, and it's more relief than it is happiness from Xavier Moon, as Edmonton made that probably a lot closer than they would have wanted to. But it's a win here for the Edmonton Stingers to move to 2-1 here in the CEBL Summer Series.
Hey man, we can enjoy it today and tomorrow, but it's back to business on Wednesday, man. Stingers on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Stingers 4, 5, 6. Family.